Specialist Romeo Gonzalez from 2nd Battalion 134th Airborne Infantry, and I am here in support of Operation Lone Star. The language training is important because I feel if the communication isn't there, there will be a disconnect and more confusion. And to eliminate that, we can give my fellow soldiers the basis of the language, well, the main language that we'll be crossing, to help them communicate and figure out any issues or resolve problems that they encounter. This language training will help by eliminating that language barrier between the soldiers and the people trying to enter the country, because they might just be confused. They may not know exactly where they're going or where they are. And being able to speak Spanish, at least at level 1 or 2, depending on the fluency of the soldier, it'll help eliminate that language barrier. I believe it's important to help our fellow National Guard states because it shows our support for their mission, their commander's intent, their leadership mindset. And if it ever comes to the day where Indiana requests help from fellow states or fellow National Guard units, they will be more likely to answer that call, how we've answered theirs. Just that I hope everybody goes down there safe, stays safe, and returns home safely. That we do the job we're meant to do in support of Operation Lone Star, and really help endure our mission down there.
So I am Sergeant Lindsay Gilbert. I come from the 2nd Battalion, 151st Infantry Regiment, and I'm here to support Operation Lone Star. So this language training is extremely important to help mitigate conversation issues between us and the Spanish-speaking population. If they need help with anything, for us to understand what they're trying to say is going to help us out a lot, and it's going to help them out a lot in the future as well. So this language training will specifically help us be able to assist the people across the other side of the border with whatever they may need, and it'll help us assist them to get exactly where they need to be, because some of them might just be lost and we need to get them to the correct area. This mission is incredibly important to me because Governor Holcomb called us up to assist the law enforcement in Texas. So we're there to help assist them with whatever they may need. It is important to help out with one of our fellow National Guard states because that's what we were called up to do when we first joined. We are called up to serve our country and to serve our fellow National Guard soldiers as well. So we're excited to meet up with them and assist them with whatever they may need. There's several other state National Guards out there, so they need our help, so we would love to help. Just that everyone as a whole is excited to go out there and assist the law enforcement, other National Guard soldiers, so that everyone can get home safely to their families.
Hi, my name is Bree Cohen. I'm an associate instructor of the Spanish Basic Language program at Indiana University and a doctoral candidate, and I am here to teach the soldiers of Operation Lone Star. It's great to see a bunch of people who are choosing to learn something that can help them, and that they're eager and willing to learn, when something like Spanish is usually a last option or something thrust upon students. So it's been pretty great so far. So as far as I know, a lot of these soldiers are going down to the border, and down there and in a lot of other places in the United States, Spanish is one of the most widely spoken languages. So it's very beneficial for them to be able to have that person-to-person interaction when they're interacting with people crossing the border or people who need help. Being able to speak to those people in their primary language and understand them gives that kind of humanitarian level that is needed, rather than just shouting at these people who need help in a language they don't understand. I have been teaching for 4 years now at various different levels, from ages 5 to college students. I'm specifically teaching the Guardsmen. It's a lot of information that's very targeted for what they will find useful when they go do Operation Lone Star. So it's a lot of basic introductions, utilizing numbers in order to understand how old people are or if anyone is traveling with them in groups, understanding how to ask people if they need help or a medic, learning how to describe and take descriptions of people, especially if they are lost, understanding how to speak about first aid in Spanish as well, parts of the body, all of these things that are very useful for them rather than just a regular classroom setting. So we're jam-packing a lot of material that crosses these different semesters into one day. We're also not focusing on verbal conjugations that we would usually focus on with our students. We're teaching them the usted, ustedes form, which is the polite you form, or also the they, them forms. That way they can get the point across quickly, have people understand them, and they don't really have to worry about those different verbal changes. We're also fixating more on first aid and providing help to people, whereas in my classes, we don't really focus on that at all, really. We mainly talk about other things like day-to-day life and hobbies. Yeah.